Welcome to Percolating Thoughts.
We may be drinking the coffee, but we're spilling the tea too.
Welcome to another episode of Percolating Thoughts. Just a quick disclaimer, as Belle and I are talking about this month's topic. Actually, I'm going to be doing my makeup, so it'll be kind of like a little get ready with me almost. On top of chatting about our topic. So moving along, Belle and I are going to talk about reality TV shows. I know that seems to be a pretty big trend now, I would say, and there's been like increased interest in a lot of reality TV shows, especially on like Netflix, and one's produced by Netflix. So, yeah, Belle, what are you watching anything right now and what? And yeah.
Yeah, we actually are in the last 20 minutes of this new season of Temptation Island.
Mhm.
So we have been watching it. I think we actually started I think we started it this week actually.
Mhm.
Because we watched last season's, which in my opinion, last season's was so much better, so much more dramatic. Um,
Yeah.
it was actually like messy. Whereas I feel like this season, like, not that I don't want people to go on these shows for the right reason,
Mhm.
but like, unfortunately, like the men were just so like, I don't know, more conservative this season that it wasn't like there wasn't anything super jaw-dropping.
Right.
So yeah, we have 20 minutes left of the finale. But we also, right before we started this, just finished Love Overboard on Hulu.
Ooh.
That was a really interesting show. Yeah, they like it's like Love Island meets oh my gosh, what did we say? It might have been we might have said like Temptation Island or something. But honestly, Love Island meets Bachelor in Paradise, I think is closer.
Mhm.
Um, and so like you have like the top five couples who are on the top deck, and then everybody gets sent to the below deck.
Mhm.
And the people below deck have to like clean and have to like try and get coupled up with people who are on the top deck. It's literally insane.
That is crazy. That's like, oh my God. That's like similar to Perfect Match. That's like a
Mhm.
mix. Yes.
Yeah.
Um, okay. I know a lot of like these shows now, like Perfect Match, Temptation Island, and stuff like that. Can you
Yeah.
hear my dog?
Mm-mm.
Can you hear my dog? Okay, good. Anyway, shows like that are actually like it's funny because when a lot of people think reality TV show, they think like The Bachelorette, The Bachelor, stuff
Yeah.
like that. But now these are like taking the cake. Um, but okay. I'd say my most recent binge has been Love is Blind.
Mhm.
So I finished that season, and much like Temptation Island, what you were saying about how there hasn't been a lot of drama this season, the guys have really calmed down, whatever. The same exact thing happened in Love Is Blind because the season before, I think it was the season before, we had the Chelsea Jemmy drama, and yeah, and then like the Jess love triangle and
Yeah.
stuff like that. This one was, I feel like, a little bit more tamed, with the exception of I think one of the guys was trying to get with one of the girls who was already like coupled up
Mhm.
and engaged essentially, and he was engaged to another woman, and he was like, "I like you better," and it was a whole thing. But
Yeah.
even that was less dramatic than the Jimmy Chelsea Jess love triangle.
Yeah.
But anyway,
Yeah, I
um,
was talking to Jeremy actually about that love triangle today because I was like, "Oh, you liked the post that like announced the perfect match cast." And he was like,
mhm.
"Oh, I wasn't really looking at it." And I was like, "Well, do you remember Jimmy?" And he was like, "No." And I was like, "Oh my God, how can you not know who Jimmy is in that love triangle?" Which was absolutely insane. We tried to watch Love is Blind this season. We're not I think we might be on episode
Not it.
5, but I just like didn't enjoy it. Like I wasn't. And then like the only thing that was interesting were like the two girls who like kept telling the one guy like it's either me or her, and I was
Yeah.
like, he's
And they
literally
didn't end up with
ugly.
anybody.
Yeah. Um, and I don't know if you watched, but Age of Attraction.
I I'm that kind of reminds me of like the Golden Bachelor, and I feel like it would make me uncomfortable. You
No,
know?
it was actually Jeremy thought it was hilarious because he's just like watching my reactions. And this whole time, like I'm like, he could be your dad. He could be your dad. This is gross. I don't
Yeah.
understand. Okay, and then like they like weren't truthful about like having kids, so it'd be like, oh, I'm 60 years old, like, and I matched with this 20-year-old, but I'm not gonna tell her that I have kids her age.
hmm
No.
that just grosses me out, you know?
Yeah.
Like,
So
okay,
we still haven't gone back because I like have to pause it every 5 seconds because I'm like, what is actually wrong with all of
I get age is just a number. Like a lot of people would be like age is just a number, you know, love who you want to love and you
you?
know
Yeah.
what that's fine, but I feel like if this person is my father's age, no, or my grandparents' age, I don't
Yeah.
know that I would want to watch that. Good for them for having that
Yeah.
the courage to go on a show like that.
I
Um,
told Jeremy I think that Netflix has like some open enrollment for dating shows and doesn't tell them until it starts filming what it is.
hmm
Because I cannot imagine that like they like pitched this to all of these people. And they even like showed towards the end that they had cut the coupling of like people who had matched with people their age. So like they wanted that like shock factor, and I agree. Age is just a number, but I think when you're going on a dating show, it's not.
yeah.
It's just weirder than like platonically meeting in the real world and
hmm
having an age gap. Um, but we also are like I think something else to like think about is like we're in the day and the age of like we're going on a reality dating show is your ticket to fame now, into getting into
Yeah.
Coachella, getting brand deals, going on brand trips, things like that. Um, and that's what I feel about like I know that's the premise of Perfect Match is to pull people from the other shows, but it's like, don't you get exhausted?
hmm hmm
Because it's not like any of them have gotten something better since the shows they've been on.
No,
And
no.
some of them, their shows just premiered.
Yeah, it's insane. Like just and I think people going on these shows and claiming like I'm on here to find love or whatever, I think they're not there to actually do that, you know?
Yeah. What would, because Jeremy and I talk about this like a ton, like if you were on a show like Temptation Island with your partner, like with Justin, what do you think it would be like? Because we talk about this all the time, like this is insane. Like I would be playing mermaids in the pool, like I would be here, like free vacation slay, like we're still locked down. Um, and because like
Uh,
that's what I think. Oh, like the other one, what's the ultimatum is the same way.
yeah, I think yes, the free vacation sentiment, but the fact that other people are there to find relationships, it's not
Yeah,
that like I don't have trust in my relationship or like don't have trust in my partner. It's that I don't trust the other people.
yeah,
You know, like free
yeah,
vacation, cool. I go out and read and swim and,
yeah,
you know, enjoy my time there. But it's like,
yeah.
I don't think that I would be able to trust the other people there.
Yeah. No, that's fair. I think. Um, like we keep talking about like how they're like, oh, you're like the girls will always say like, oh, I wanted you to, grow this way or this way. And I'm like, you put them in a house with 15 bombshell models and you're like, oh, I want you to grow. Go to fucking therapy.
Yeah.
Like like that at the end of the day, like that's always my answer. It's just like I don't know how you can be upset when and then when they don't cheat on them or don't do something, then they're more upset. They're like,
Yeah.
oh, they didn't take like the opportunity to know people, so you wanted them to cheat so you could leave them.
hmm Like it can never be anything right, you know?
Yeah.
Like there has to be an excuse or a drama or whatever. But then if you think about it, the other thing is there have been some people who have come forward about the culture on set when it comes to shows like that. And
Yeah.
the shows are edited to purposely make sure that there is drama like that, you know? So
Hmm.
not the entire story is being told. So then,
Yeah.
like, there's that issue as well. But I mean,
Well, that's something too, like, well, we've been watching Temptation Island. Obviously, like as a viewer, you see way more than everybody else does on the show. And like when they go to the bonfires and watch it, Jeremy and I are always like, okay, but like so much more happened.
yeah,
Um, or like they mentioned that this one couple that the girl actually cheated first, not the guy, but
yeah.
that never gets brought up again. And both of us this entire time have been, now we're in the finale and it still hasn't been brought up. Like, we're both like, hello, like there's so much
Missing
more
something.
that like we know of that has been talked about that's not included. And of course, like you have to cut shows and things like that.
Yeah.
But I agree, there's like they like misconstrue things. And yeah, like that's why I could never be on reality TV. Like for like a dating show, I could do maybe like a little Keeping Up with Kardashians, whatever. Like that's a little bit different. It's not as cut. But I'm like, this is on like the internet forever.
Yeah.
Just for a hopeful shot at fame, you went on this dating show. And you may end up with the person, you may not. Um,
And then, I mean, your reputation, you know, there's no promises that your reputation is going to be better or worse than it was when you started as well.
yeah.
So there's that. Um, I think a lot of people, especially the girls, do it for attention. Other
I
than
always,
just like another job.
yeah. I always think like, um, you know, do they, well, it depends, obviously, if they had like a good time, whatever, they want answers. But like, do they ever watch back and see like what we saw a year
Yeah,
later?
I do think about that because I'm like, if I were in a reality TV show and I watched the show back and was like, that's not how that happened, or that's not how that played out, or here's how this actually played out, I would
Yeah,
be pissed. Um, but the thing is, like, these people, they sign contracts. A lot of them probably have some effect of an NDA or, a buyout or whatever, but they can't share the real
yeah,
stuff for at least a few years out of the show.
yeah.
But I don't know.
Yeah, that's like my thing. It's just like they get glimpses when they see like especially Temptation Island, you obviously see the
Mhm.
bonfire. But like
Yeah.
things like Love Island, Perfect Match, Love is Blind, you don't see all the behind the scenes. Like I think I would just be psycho and have to watch the show to see what actually happened that wasn't shown. to us or
Mhm.
told. And if I was still with that person, how I would make a new decision based off of what ended up getting aired.
Yeah.
Like you weren't truthful with me. I now see this or that. Um,
Oh, that, yeah. Just
like
think
what?
about all the married couples from like Love is Blind who actually got married because of that show.
Yeah.
And how many of them watched the show back and were like, oh my gosh, you were interested in this person as well,
Yeah.
and you chose me, and crap like that. But
I think that's what happened with Chelsea.
yeah.
Chelsea and Demi. She goes back and she realizes that he's gross. Um, and but also, babe, you should have never said you looked like Megan Fox.
No, no. I mean, I see it, but also I'm like,
Not when you knew what your comp like no offense, not when you knew what Jess looked like. When you knew
yeah.
she was your competition.
Hmm.
Like that was set out of like an insecurity, which I understand. Like that's also something else that's hard is when you live in the same villa
Yeah.
as your competitors. Like I don't think I could do that either.
No, I understand why they do it because of the dramatic effect and stuff, and it can
Yeah.
get real catty real fast. But I just don't. I don't think it's safe.
Maybe we're just crazy.
Maybe a little bit.
Maybe I would just say something. Um, yeah, well, I also feel bad. Something else, I don't know, like tell me if you thought this too, but like in these shows that are like Temptation Island, Perfect Match, Love Island, when there are other guys in the house or girls that don't
Mhm.
get chosen, but they have to stay on the whole season, I feel
Yeah.
bad for them. Like, yeah, you
Um,
got like a free vacay, but anytime you're on my screen, I'm like, who the hell are you?
yeah.
I don't know you. I actually don't care what you have to say. Or like I think like that's like so unfortunate. That's why I like the first season of Temptation Island was
Mhm.
because people started leaving when they realized they weren't going to be matched with the main people.
Yeah.
Like the
Yeah.
guys left. And I was like, period.
You had to be on a reality TV show other than maybe like Temptation Island because like we keep um talking about the Temptation Island like scenario and stuff. But if you had to
Yeah.
be in one, which one would you be on?
Um, I think Love Island
Mm-hmm.
seems really fun because they have the challenges
Mm-hmm.
and usually you don't know the other people. So I think Love Island would be fun. And also just because there's like a good ratio between girls and guys.
Right.
So it's kind of less of a, it's like, yeah, you're competing for money or whatever, but everyone's enjoying themselves, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
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 What about you?
Okay. One that really hasn't been brought up yet, but like is also not. I mean, I think we brought it up, but it's not a love like a relationship based show or like it's
Yeah.
not necessary. I really think it would be so fun to be on The Circle. I think it would
Oh,
be
yeah,
so
yeah, yeah.
fun.
Yeah, I agree. I think
Um,
that counts.
yeah.
Because
Um,
wasn't Harry Jowsey on that one?
he was. um,
Yeah.
but I just
I
think
think
like
anything that man on counts as a dating show.
he just he doesn't think with this head.
No.
So,
Yeah.
but I do think it would be fun just because of the competition, the trivia. It doesn't have to be relationship based if you don't want it to. And
Yeah.
then you're still competing for a prize at the end and whether you're doing it as yourself or someone else, I think that's interesting. The experiment in general is interesting.
Yeah.
So,
If you had to choose the craziest like reality um love slash friends like not Not like the Kardashians show that you've ever watched.
Uh-huh.
What would it, what would you think it would be?
Like to, excuse me, to be in one?
Yeah. Sorry. Yeah.
It's okay. I would say I think I would be interested in like Perfect Match.
You think that would be the craziest?
I don't behind the scenes probably.
Yeah. I could agree with that because they all would have had interacted at some point. Like there's no way that Yasmin doesn't know Jimmy. Like they definitely, especially because it's usually all Netflix shows. Yeah, I can agree.
Yeah.
I agree.
What about
I
you?
think mine, we haven't mentioned this one, but Sneaky Links.
Mm.
Um,
I think
just
I
because
watched one episode of that one.
Jeremy and I think we watched a little over half the season and then we got bored because it just kept being like the same thing. Um, but that was crazy. I don't know what I how I would react if I was single and he brought my like 10-year situationship on the same show as me and told me that I had to decide if I wanted to be with them or with somebody else.
Yeah.
I just think that's embarrassing and that's too much. That's too much. And then like they're like psychoanalyzing each other like, "Oh, you're still each other's sneaky links because XYZ." Like, I don't know, that's a little too much.
Mm.
That's a little more than Ultimatum or Temptation Island. Like,
Yes.
that feels like an invasion of privacy.
Yes. Yeah.
Like, how did you find my sneaky link?
Well, we always love to hear from you guys. So if you have answers to any of the questions that we asked each other about, being in a reality TV show, or if you're to participate, apply for one, please feel free to comment down below. We'd love to hear from you guys.